Sorry about that technical problem. Anyway, what I was basically going on about was that it gave me a lot of time to really look at a lot of different unrelated information that by itself is interesting but really doesn't mean much. But when you put it in the context of everything else that's going on, it actually gives you an ability to look for see connections that you might not even ordinarily even look for. Well, anyway, in this process, what happened was is that when I set up the real estate corporation, it was about 3 months into it that I realized that I had an opportunity to make a mortgage product that would allow you to purchase a home and subsequently in 15 years or so to send your kids to college. All right, extraordinary plan. It was wonderful, except something better came along. All right, that enhances people's lives. But in that process, about 3 months into this mortgage product, like I was saying, by the way, it's not a dead project. All right, it's just simply been tabled until I get this one done. Okay, and this one is basically finding disaster victims in disaster zones through use of current technology. It's called Fast Drones for Life. The the project is in its intellectual property search, which means basically who else is doing something like this, and so far nobody's doing anything like this. It came from, like I say, all the different varied information which I've been exposed to. Well, anyway, so in order to recreate the world the way I want it and build the kind of community I want, I'm basically relying on the things that I was basically moved by when I was a kid. Nothing's really changed except that, before I just somehow felt it was, something that other better people could do, gooder, better, greater, I mean, the people in the news, they're the ones that do that, but, you know, ultimately in the last 5 years, I found out, is that, what, I'm not waiting. I'm not waiting for some magic moment, when I'm going to be enough. I'm not waiting for some magic moment where somebody has begun something and I go, yes, I want to get behind that. I mean, there's always something like that, but basically is that I'm going to create the world that I want and the way I want it and build a better one for all of us, and let the chips fall where they may. The possibility of this disaster victim identification business that I have turns me into a first responder. And it does use robotics extensively and along with electronics. But with it, I can basically do a huge data dump on where people are located and their condition as well to FEMA or whoever the disaster response agency is. And yeah, very lucrative. But anyway, so in order to do that, I've been basically working with the Danish Brotherhood in Kenosha, which I might have mentioned, I don't recall, and that I'm their business agent and also their treasurer. And what I'm doing is basically bringing that particular office and that lodge into the 21st century. So in that process, it's become a laboratory where I can create events and programs that enhance people's lives, and through all the different wonderful processes that I've learned in the last, basically 4 or 5 years, right? And through that basically began with my attending the Millionaire Mind Intensive, which was then by Peak Potentials, which is transitioned been into New Peaks. And I took extraordinary courses there, the Enlightened Warrior Training Camp, the world's greatest marketing seminar class. It sounds like a very pretentious title, and I thought so when I went in, until after I left and I realized, my God, that was the best, world's greatest, it's the world's greatest marketing seminar that I've ever seen. And it gave me a lot of tools. Also I went to a whole bunch of courses, okay? And also I joined CEO Space and moved people to action. And it's basically given me the platform upon which to build everything that I want to build. So I invite you to come along for the ride, watch it, help, participate, fund. It's going to be a great. I'll tell you, I listen to a lot of people who are the same age as I am, and they're winding down their life, and it's like, wow, it's like, so what happens? You get old, and all of a sudden, like, life isn't worth every precious moment that it is, and you just want to sit around and watch TV. And apparently, some people do. For me, it's like the best times are just ahead. So, it's like, hey, I've got a great ride that I'm on, and I invite you guys to come with me. Um, and Or at least you can watch and be amused, one of the two. So I want to wish you all health and happiness and prosperity, and just thank you for taking the time to watch this longer than 5 minute video. I do apologize. But there's just so much to say. So much has happened. My life is just so incredibly full. And I'm so grateful for all the things that have happened. All that painful stuff too, because without it, I wouldn't be where I am here today. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you're all healthy and happy. Take care.